In chemistry, the process of using a known concentration to determine an unknown concentration is called titration. And usually your known concentration could be a base, and you would drop it into an acid and watch for the neutralization point to appear. When it's perfectly neutralized, you can do the math to figure out the concentration of that unknown acid. And that's exactly what we're going to do right now. In these three beakers, I have base. This one is 1 molarity sodium hydroxide, this one is 2 molarity sodium hydroxide, and this one is 3 molarity. So 1, 2, 3 molarity. In these beakers, I have all the same. They're 1 molarity hydrochloric acid. I've also added a few drops of an indicator called pnenolphthalein to the acid. It's clear in acidic solutions but turns purple in basic solutions, so we'll be able to know exactly when we reach the neutralization point. Now, if we have 1 molarity base here, it should be neutralized with an equal amount of 1 molarity acid. And that's what we're going to do first. So we were able to neutralize 1 molarity base with 1 molarity acid because you had 1 unit of OH and 1 unit of H+, and they neutralized each other. But now if it's 2 molarity base, you're not going to be able to do it with 1 amount of acid. It's going to take twice as much. That's because if this is 2 molarity, it has 2 OH minus groups, and this only has 1 amount worth. So we're going to need 2 beakers to make this one neutralize. So there's the first beaker, but if I swirl this around, you'll notice the color change is going to go away. Only when I add the second one. Right now it's still basic. And we were able to neutralize 2 molarity base using twice as much 1 molarity acid because you have to get the number of OH minuses to match the number of H pluses. Now we're at 3 molarity. So there's 3 amounts of OH minus here, and we're going to use the same 1 molarity acid. So how much are we going to need? Will it take 1 beaker, 2 beakers, or 3 beakers worth? So here goes the first beaker. Remember, the color change is purple when it's a base, so we have not neutralized it yet. Here comes the second acid. So now we have twice as many H's as we had. Still not neutral. But when we add the third one, we reach the neutralization point because now we have the same amount of OH minus as H plus. So this is a general idea of titration, using a concentration that you know to determine the concentration of an unknown chemical.